Welcome to a new era for this podcast. From parts unknown, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be across the nation and around the world. Welcome to From the Squared Circle Wrestle Launch. I am Paul. I'm here with Sponge.
Or you can call me Angel, the more professional name here, and we're glad to be back. It's been a long 12 months for me being away from the sport of professional wrestling entertainment and away from podcasting, as this business has been up and down throughout 2025, and it seems to still be at a stumble in the early 2026. But I'm glad to be back, and I'm sure as hell Paul is lovely to be back.
I'm thrilled to be back because I was just getting started this time last year, and we only got so far before real life got in everybody's way,
Right.
and we had to shut things down. So yeah, I'm definitely glad to be back. I mean, I've been I'm the elder statesman of this group. Excuse me. So I've been around a lot longer, so I'm not as technically savvy as my peers on the show. So I even went as far as to I had some time on my hands to try to dig in and do my own show, and then of course my old brain told me to give up. So I was glad to find my buddy Sponge again and get back on track.
And you know what's hilarious? We should have celebrated with a cake here, because I think it's been I've met you a year ago now, and I think it's funny too. I think I would just share the story on how we rekindled on here. I think we'll share that to kick it off before we get to the real action here. I posted an ad this year, like last week or so, on wanting to create a podcast again, and I rekindled with Paul again. And I had texted him first before I put the ad out, but Paul found the ad and responded to me on where the ad was posted, and then didn't realize I was the ad poster. And then he's like, "Why wouldn't you tell me?" And I'm like, "Paul, you were the first person I came to. You just didn't respond." And he's like, "Oh shoot, you're right." And now we're here on Wrestle
Okay.
Launch.
All right. I'm going to throw Reddit under the bus because I did not get a notification that I had a message from you on there. So, yeah, I found it another place. And I should have known by some of the clues in the ad that it was you, and I didn't. I don't know why. I was being overly cautious because I had run into a similar ad a few weeks back, and nothing wrong with the guy, no disrespect, but I'm in the east coast of the United States, and he was from India. So I
Oh.
don't think that would have worked too well.
The time zones were going to be
The
way
time zones,
different.
the time zones alone would have been just brutal.
He was going to have Paul up at like 4 in the morning just to record a podcast. Are you ready, Paul? And Paul's like, "I'm not even awake."
What the hell do you mean ready?
Well, that's some exciting, hilarious news to kick it off here. But I feel like and let's to be transparent, not like this administration.
Oh, here we go.
We recorded 2 videos that had many issues, and we're gonna just have a compilation of stuff on this video. So if it interests you, or if you're whatnot, that will be today with new stuff. Of course, we're gonna cover Monday Night Raw and any other random news that's happened this week of today, Thursday, March 26, 2026, as of today, and stuff from last week as well. Just the big moments, not every single spot or every single match and segment, just the big moments, because we're here for the big moments, like TKO is. But without further ado, Paul.
Hey. So if we're like them, when are we going to start charging these premium prices?
Shh, that'll come, in like a couple more months. Don't expose us
Okay.
yet. All right?
Okay.
We're gonna have the Dave Meltzer method. We're gonna start locking it behind a paywall and charging $30 a month to listen to the podcast alone, without no access to anything yet.
Oh, don't even get me started on Uncle Dave.
But without further ado, we'll kick it off with last week's Raw with the big moment. The big moment that I would say would be the moment when Obafemi took out Brock Lesnar.
That was awesome.
It was a good, awesome segment. It was fast paced and smooth and done perfectly because it was like a twist, like you had Seth out there and then Brock comes out and you think, hey, it's about to, destroy Seth Rollins out here, and then it goes black.
Let me just say, I am glad that Brock destroyed all the other 75 masked guys of various sizes, and this week we only got the one, which was Seth Rollins. So.
Correct.
Because otherwise, if I'd have saw another bunch of masked guys running around doing like a scramble drill, I probably would have powerbombed my TV.
He's like, thank you, Brock, for taking out all the people in the masks.
Yes, thank you.
And then Obafemi took over there, and he looked strong, and Brock did the job. And I don't know if you saw this, but if you look down at Brock, he was like telling him to pose over him.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, Brock likes this guy. He's going to put him over.
People don't think, I guess you don't sometimes think of him being the mind because he's got Heyman doing most of his talking for him. So you don't, but the guy gets it. It's not like some people that, they don't, they either believe their own hype or they don't understand how to do business and to make things a moment and make things bigger and push a storyline. He made a star that night, even though Oba's over as Rover, he made a star that night by doing that.
It was good. And then I'm excited to see the match. Brock versus Oba has now been confirmed for WrestleMania in Vegas. So I just hope Brock does the right thing in that match and does not go over, because I feel like then it's like cutting a snake's head off at the beginning of its life. Because Oba's just barely come up, and I was at his first goddamn main roster match, so 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
Or whatnot. So
he keeps bouncing back and forth between the two shows.
Right.
He's not done much of a match yet. Yes. So.
But whatnot. But following that same Raw, another big moment from my brain, because I have a long brain, was that CM Punk promo. Was that last week when, and I'm blanking on it, and this is my guy, and I'm blanking on it. Did he come out there with the Usos, right?
Yeah, that was last week, or it was just the Usos, right?
Just the Usos.
And he said he keeps sending his young boys out here. Right,
and that was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's showing that he's making Jay mad, at least. Like Jimmy, it seems like Jimmy from a spectrum, it seems like he's understanding where Punk is coming from. But Jay, it seems that he feels disrespected for his entire family.
Right.
But my only thing is, it's like, it makes him look dumb. Because, not in any other way, in story way, like, Roman Reigns has manipulated this guy how many times on this show during the pandemic, and even once when they finally turned. And wasn't it Jay that pinned Roman Reigns for the first time ever, 1, 2, 3 at Money in the Bank in 2024? Yep. Or 23, was it not?
Yep.
And now he's kind of going back. It's like we're reversing here, Like, now we're going to go move on to Raw now and be like, from what we got from that segment. But, like, it feels like is Jay not, is he really dumb as a character? Like, Roman Reigns is beating you down to the ground. I think they had a Hell in a Cell match, too, in 2021, where he also beat him in the Hell in a Cell match. Not Jay, but Roman beat him.
Yep.
Like, I want to know that mentality there, Mr. J. But Jimmy, I have a feeling there's something in there for Jimmy, just because he's been like he hasn't attacked CM Punk. He hasn't put his hands on CM Punk. He's been more of the holding back people. He wasn't even in the deciding factor of Roman attacking the hell out of Punk on
Monday. It was
on
Jay.
Monday. Yeah, it was Jay. It was like, spear him, blah, 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 And You know what? I just remembered last week it was Roman and Punk. Remember he called him old last week. So
Uh,
that's what. And oh, you know what? I'll talk about this too. Punk mentioned the deceased father of Roman Reigns, and that was crazy levels of heat, or not even heat, but just fire promo, fire setup. And then what got him to break was him being called old. It doesn't even make sense to me because Roman Reigns is also old, and he's main evented 11 WrestleManias, and he's been in the main event for 11 WrestleManias, which means 11 years. He's also like what 6 years younger than Punk. That doesn't make a big difference, you
it's
know.
not a big difference. No, not at all.
So the fact that made Punk break is a little goofy. And he even mentioned his wife in the promo, and that would have made me break, you know. But that's dead. Like I guess being called old, and I like what Punk did at the promo is that he came out and said, "Yeah, I'm old, but I like being old," and he was basically saying how he's appreciative of being old and where he is today, and how he doesn't have to cover it up like Roman Reigns with the hair dye.
For men, yeah.
Yes, that was hilarious when he said that. That was funny as hell. And that made Roman. He got. You know what I like though is that last week he got Punk to break. This week he got Roman to break. And the segment ended with last week it ended with Roman Reigns laughing because he got beat and he got him to break. This week it ended with Punk laughing after being put through that table, which was it's showing you the levels to that, you know, the level of where they are. Where I'm excited to see the match but I still feel like the steam isn't there in terms of the level they were 3 weeks ago with him saying the father comment. You know, I feel like we went a little downhill. But we're not. It hasn't dropped the ball, but you know what I mean. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, Paul.
I understand what you're saying. You started off at. It's like you started off at 11, and then now you've got to kind of
Like an 8.
hover. Right, you're hovering, because we still have after this week. It was 3 weeks. It's still 3 weeks away.
Right.
So, and I don't know how many more Raws Roman's planning on being at between now and Mania. I don't think he was supposed to be on this one, was he?
At Mania?
No. At this past
At this Raw? I
this
honestly
week.
have no idea. I highly doubt it because I know he was advertised for the one last week, and then that was about it. And then I don't remember him being advertised fully on there, and then he was there. And I just think that, like you said, well, I was going to say like last week, but, you know, that never came out. Like you said about Seth Rollins, like, he's not cleared to be competed, but he's there to be fucking just to sell the tickets for the weekly show and to put anticipation for WrestleMania.
Yep.
And I feel like, and same with Brock Lesnar, with him being advertised for all the way up to Mania for every single Raw. It's like they're doing that because the tickets have not been doing very well for the weekly shows, and now that the people know that these guys, those big name people, are going to be there weekly, then they'll sell it out or whatnot, or get to at least 98% capacity by the show time.
Yeah, and that kind of ties into the big thing this week. Everybody was all up in arms about there was actually only 33 minutes of wrestling on the entire show, and you know, I sent you a message and said, you know, yeah, that's what it was, but they've only got 3 weeks.
Right, 3 weeks.
And at that point, there was only 4 matches officially announced for a 2-day event.
So they got 2 matches for each day, yo.
You know, you gotta sacrifice something somewhere. You know, it's not like SmackDown that they've got goddamn 3 freaking hours again.
But even with the SmackDown being 3 hours, they don't even put enough content on it. It's more like an hour and 15 minutes of ads.
I hate the 3-hour SmackDown. Go back to 2.
Right. 2 was perfect. 3 is just draining.
Yeah, it's killer.
It is really killer. And on top of that note, again, we did praise Oba Femi over here. This week, Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman came out together. And Paul came out and... Excuse me. Paul Heyman, not Paul from Wrestle.
Not me.
Yeah.
No, right.
Came out there. We're going to get a lot of Pauls today in this one Raw. Paul watching at home and Paul on TV. Came out with Brock and got interrupted by Oba.
Yeah, but that promo was also brilliant on Paul's part, because he was sitting there going, well, you know, he went through all these masked guys, and then he was distracted by Seth, and you caught
Right.
him off guard, and that won't happen again. And here comes Oba,
Catching him off guard.
and Brock goes to put him in the F5, goes to snatch him up. Oba gets out of it, knocks him out of the ring. As Cornette said, he took a hell of a bump out of that ring.
He did. I got scared for a second. He landed weird on the floor. Did you see his legs land all awkward?
Yep.
I was like, oh!
That sold it though.
I was like, oh! Brock looked like he took a hit to those legs there.
Took a little too much rotation, right?
Right. I got scared. I was like, oh! Imagine Brock gets hurt before Mania, 3 weeks before Mania, and he's supposed to fight this guy here. He's putting over.
And you got enough people that are already hurt and out.
Right, and you do not need that. But so far, so good. I wonder what they're gonna do next week. I mean, they have to have Oba has to speak at some point, right?
Eh,
Or do you protect him if he can't? I don't know much about his promos. I just know he did a promo on like what was it of not Evolve but NXT Light or something like that. It's the one before they go, and he had like no accent and he was speaking very funny. That's the only time I've ever seen him actually say a promo. I've seen matches on NXT and whatnot, him and Ricky Saints and whatnot, and him and Trick Williams, if I'm correct, and him and Javon and whatnot.
Yep.
But that's as much as I've seen about Oba. But I've seen him live too, and it was good. It was decent. It was him and Rusev. But so far, I'm enjoying this, and I'm excited for the match. And this is one of the few things that I'm ready to see at Mania. There's not a lot, but there's few.
Not a lot, yeah, right.
But I feel like Paul's going to carry this segment because I just put over here, skipped all the matches on Raw. Sorry, not skipped, skimmed all the matches on Raw. I didn't watch all the matches start to finish. I just watched highlights because I thought these were just filler.
That's because you were butthurt because of Netflix. You purposely tried to...
All right. He's exposing me now.
You purposely tried to work around the ads, and they fixed that, obviously. You can't do that anymore.
I did that. I did it so much that I missed the AJ Lee and Becky Lynch promo that happened. But Paul did it.
I didn't, and it was fine at first for what it was. But at the end, it made AJ look kind of stupid. So, I don't know.
Why? What happened? What did she say?
Well, it was just classic, Well, Becky ran away, and they were jawing back and forth at each other from a long, safe distance, and finally AJ's like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of listening to you. So let's do this one last time. I'll take you to WrestleMania. I'll put up this title, and I'm going to beat you again. And then, Becky starts her heel laugh, and, you just walked right into my trap. That's exactly what I wanted. Blah, blah. I'm like, ugh.
You know what?
Whatever.
Can I say this here? I just remember that they made the match official for WrestleMania. What a waste of... And I love AJ Lee, right? And I like Becky Lynch. I'm not just critiquing her in-ring work. And like you said multiple times, she needs to go away and whatnot. But why would they put this at Mania? Like, this was the most... And I love AJ Lee. I love her in-ring work and whatnot. She's a great performer and in-ringer. And there's no bias for me. Because I'm gonna just tell you why. This is boring. They have dragged this rivalry out since September of last year.
Yep.
I watched the match live at the Chamber, and it was the most boring match. It was a good match, but it was boring, and I wish we got AJ Lee versus someone else. And I'll give a quick shout out. Last week, AJ Lee and Bayley had a banger of a match. It was really, really good. Why are they wasting AJ Lee's first WrestleMania back on Becky Lynch? Why are they on a match we've already seen twice? And I'm sure I'll count the tag match, but the singles match once already. Sorry, this will be the second time. I'm lying to you. And it's a waste in my opinion. It's gonna be boring. I feel like they're doing the wrong thing here. I feel like AJ could have been with a different opponent, a younger opponent or a different opponent, and they could have done better here than what they're doing now. It's being overdragged just like the Seth and Punk rivalry that was dragged out for 2 damn long years of just too much. And I feel like this is just going to drain the characters of of AJ Lee. It's her aura, as the kids say these days.
As the kids say these days.
But that's all I have to say for that. I don't know what happened following that. Was the Javon Evans match next before I ramble?
Oh yeah, Javon and
Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller. Yeah.
Was this
Yeah,
his curse?
I see. Yeah, who's cursed currently?
Grayson.
And I do see the. I do see maybe a either a face turn for Kofi or because I don't see him turning. You could, but I don't see him turning Javon heel.
Right. Yeah,
But
Kofi
I mean,
can turn
what
face.
would that get? I mean, Javon turning heel on Grayson Waller. What would that get? You know what I'm saying?
And then what do you do with Grayson? I mean, poor Grayson Waller, man. He used to be an A-Town Down Under, and it was good. And then they broke him up on Twitter, and then he's done nothing since. And the other guy is doing good, but it's being wasted potential. And then
This is exactly what will happen to Grayson Waller.
oh no. Oh Jesus Christ! I didn't even expect that. Oh my God! I like Grayson Waller. That's my problem. He's a good promo and good in the ring.
He's good in the ring.
And I want to say,
don't
what
have
the hell
problem.
happened to his attire? He should have kept the boxing shorts. What is going on with? Whatever?
He's trying to be more like New Day.
It's not
And then if you turn Kofi face, what do you do with Woods when he comes back?
right because he's still a heel in theory.
Right.
So, not Austin theory, but in theory. I don't even know. So goofy. What?
I see what you did there.
Don't expose me, comrade over here.
I like Javon, but I'm tired of seeing stuff online. Is he going to break Randy's record for the youngest champion ever? And blah, like, no. I like the kid. He's got potential. He's
Charisma.
over with the crowd. He's
Yep.
got that charisma. But to me, he is young. He needs to he doesn't need to be Brock Lesnar, but he needs to put on some weight, muscle. Because that was the problem I had with him going for the NXT title against Oba. I can't suspend belief that much to think that he was going to beat Oba Femi for the NXT title.
Right.
Trick Williams, I believed could beat Oba Femi. Not Javon. Javon also, the only other thing about Javon is he needs to just kind of tone his shtick down, because otherwise he's going to get hurt.
But he's bouncy, Paul. So
I know he's bouncy, but he's going to be bouncy all the way to a hospital bed.
yeah, there's some spots that scare me, but he's really good.
Yes,
he's really good. Furthermore, what other match happened? There was only 33 minutes of matches on this Raw.
Penta and Dom.
The rematch, right?
Yep.
And Penta retained.
Yep. And then Balor. So that's the another match we're gonna get is Finn against Dom.
My question here, though, I want to see the Demon. Are we getting the Demon? Is there been signs of the Demon?
I don't think so.
If anyone in TKO is listening to this podcast when this comes out, you want to make money, you put the Demon versus Dominic. People will love the Demon and eat up the Demon and be like, we need to see the Demon live. Because the last time the Demon was live was in 2023 at WrestleMania against Edge, and Vince McMahon did the wrong thing of putting Edge over. So,
was that the last time?
yes. And then the last time before that was when you were there when the rope broke for no reason.
There it was.
So, is that what you were waiting for?
I was waiting to jump on that. Yes,
So,
that's
yeah.
why I was there, and I was in the suite that time. That was great.
He was rich in luxury to see Finn Balor lose to the
Yep.
dumbest way ever.
Yes, horrible.
So,
Yes.
there you go. So put the Demon out there, TKO. You love money. The Demon makes money. Make some good Demon Finn Balor merch. Money. There you go. Just
Again, it just needs to be done sparingly. Just
right.
Not all the time.
Sparingly.
Whenever, like this would be a match because he got booted out of Judgment Day.
Right.
He should be pissed.
He should be so pissed that the Demon comes out. So,
Right.
there you go. Furthermore, and I'm sure I think that's all from Raw, if I'm sure. Oh, wait. This will be the final topic of here. Yeah, I just remembered. And I think I might have skipped the women's match. Did I skip a women's match? On
No,
accident?
tag match. Yeah.
See, I would have skipped that in general. Not because I'm some sort of I have against anything. It's just that I think it must have been a filler match, just because how they treat the booking of women. I can sit here all day and talk about the women's booking, but
Well, I mean, but when you book yourself into a corner with the women's tag team champions of being Lash Legend and Nia, I'm gonna hurt somebody Jax. If Lash is gonna be a future star, she needs to get the hell away from Nia Jax. Sorry,
we'll see.
editorial comment.
No, you're good. I forgot, Paul. You're all over the show. Paul came out again. Paul Heyman came out again to cut another promo.
The Rollins segment, yes.
Yes, this is the last thing I'm missing from Raw. The Rollins segment. I didn't wait to main event it, but I put it in random order of my speaking words over here. Paul Heyman comes out to speak about Mr. Rollins, and he calls out Mr. Rollins, right? And the masked man comes out, and he's walking from the stands, right? And the fans are going crazy, and he's like, "Come out here, Yoodle Toodle," and he's standing on the commentary table, and Paul still. I don't get this, Paul. I'm speaking to you now, Paul.
Oh, okay.
I don't get how in kayfabe here, whenever a wrestler's behind them or standing, how they've not realized that they didn't feel like the crowd going crazy or the ring moving a little bit, or you know what I mean? Like, he's right there, sir. And then Paul Heyman turns around and looks at him like he just saw a ghost or something. Like he's right there. He takes his mask off.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
I mean, there's worse spots that they do like that. You know.
"Hey,
I'll give him a little pass on that.
yeah, you know what? There is worse spots. The one that just came to my brain was it Kevin Nash when they spilt the fucking the
They
paint
missed
from
him, all together. Yeah.
But
No, the one that irks me the most is when anybody's climbing up to the top rope and everybody's fighting on the floor, and then all of a sudden they stop.
Oh yeah, no, don't that spot. The one
I
where oh
hate
my
that.
God, there's someone jumping on us. Let's stand here.
Yeah,
And
let's stand here and catch that.
I hate that spot. But further in spots, Paul Heyman goes on to say how to come out here facing like a man, and then how a lot of this. What was it that he said about his family? Genes. He was. He said something like, "Oh, we have like some good family gene, blah blah blah, but don't get close because we'll get a restraining order. We're the family that are snitches. We call the cops and all whatnot." And he was going on and saying how, and after that, your wife will leave you, and then Child Protective Services is going to take away your kids. And he was just going on the.
He'll adopt them. He'll
And
adopt the
yes.
kid.
And then Seth getting taken away from the police, and then he's running from the police into the ring and just socks Paul Heyman in the face.
And I have to tend to agree with Mr. Cornette on this one. When the cops took him, they handcuffed him in the front. They didn't handcuff him in the back, like you're supposed to.
I didn't even
So-
notice that.
That leads me to believe that he's not fully healed. And they, again, just rolled him out to try to push tickets because of everything that they had planned for him, and the Vision went to shit when
Oh,
two of them got hurt.
You know what, Paul? That's a great point because 3 Raws left. Who was Seth even there to fight?
Yeah, he's not going to fight Paul.
Right. He's not. I mean, unless you want to. I mean, I would pay
Well,
to see him
If
fight Paul.
if you believe everybody online, it's Brock or Braun Breaker, he'll be back. He'll be back. He's coming this week. He's coming this week.
No.
I'm like, no, don't rush him back and make it a rushed thing. If you're gonna build the story, if you're gonna keep the story going with the Vision versus Seth trying to get his revenge on him, let it play out. Don't rush it, because he can only get revenge on Braun Breaker at this point.
Right. And then you're
the
risking
other
both
ones,
of them being hurt, getting hurt in a match
both
because
of them
they've
getting
been
hurt again.
come
Right.
back. Yeah.
Right.
Because Braun will destroy Seth Rollins physically,
Yes.
and Braun will destroy physically himself. Yeah, being super physical.
Could be.
And Seth
He is
is
a-
like a
he
high
is a
flyer
Steiner.
physical, so
He is a Steiner.
right. And on top, okay, now that we're done with Raw, what did you think of the Raw overview? I think I give Raw a solid B, C plus at lowest, but like a B.
Yeah, I understand. Again, I understand everybody complaining about the amount of actual in-ring time versus everything else. But how else are you going to advance the story with 3 weeks left? You gotta be heavy on the story to get you to a 2-day event, especially the 2-day event that is the event of events for WWE. WrestleMania.
Right.
You've got to have some more stuff. You can't be 3 weeks from WrestleMania and have only a handful of matches.
So now that you said the 3 weeks until WrestleMania, I'll segue into this. Gunther. Where is the guy that retired Goldberg, Cena, and AJ Styles?
Okay, this is another one that's irked me. I get it, people are mad. He's not on the show. Doesn't look like he's going to be on the show. But again, if we believe everything that we've read, the original plan was him and Mysterio. And Gunther and Mysterio. Which, again, I have issues with that, because then you're going to say, well, yeah, Ray does need to retire, but don't have Gunther do it, have Dom do it.
And that's what I said, and I'm like, it feels more perfect and aligned.
You would think. You could do more with that, yes,
right.
I understand that. But that's where I also agree, Gunther can't, they did Goldberg, between Goldberg and Cena, him retiring those two, you had some space at least. But then the month after he got rid of Cena, AJ.
Right, and it was really fast.
Right. Now, again, if you believe everything that's been out there, they originally probably wanted the Gunther AJ to be at WrestleMania for him to be retired. But AJ made that call to do it where the pay-per-view that he came in.
Right.
Royal Rumble. Perfect. 10 years. And he deserved that. He deserved, if that's what the call he made, that he deserved the right to make that call for everything he's done.
Right.
So, I don't know. I just, you gotta back off of the Gunther retiring people a little bit. And just, it's another thing like the Demon. Only every so often.
Which is true, because
doesn't need to be every time Gunther wrestles.
Right.
Because then you're pigeonholing him into, well, he's just the guy that retires people.
And it'll be hard for future for him, because it's like, all right, he retired U-Haul. He should be able to be the world champion for a long time if he retired these stabled names.
Right.
And you know what I think it is too, if they don't have him on the show, I think it's also just to us to forget what happened last year, and I don't want to bring it up just because it was dumb, but what they had him do last year at Mania.
You're still hot about Jey Uso, aren't you?
Oh, that whole imagine a garbage wrestler who can't speak and can't wrestle tapped you out in less than 2 seconds of your own maneuver for the world title at the grandest stage of them all of pro wrestling. I have an issue with that forever. And then Paul, look at you. You got me to somehow mention what I didn't want to mention on here. But it's so dumb. But I feel like that's also a big thing, because it's just a stain, and that was such a dumb TKO maneuver move, because that was just because he was big with the crowd and the merch. They should have just gave him the IC title, that pay-per-view at most, not the world title. I'm sorry. I'm not a Jay hater. I'm just, hey, this guy has botched more times in 3 years in each year than LA Knight has in the 4 years he's been in back. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have jumped on that. Yeah, that's another one that doesn't have a match.
My boy LA Knight don't got a match at WrestleMania. This boy deserves better. Last year he had a good spot. You know, Jacob was gonna win the the United States title anyway, and it was perfect. Good match. The match was really good, and I had no issue with that. The year before he beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania 40, and I had no issue with that either. That was a really good match. This year, LA Knight is doing nothing. He's hanging around with the Usos for no reason. Like
Right.
that's never been explained other than them
Helping them.
right.
Yeah.
Other than you know, being against the Vision with everyone else, that's the only connection there. Like, are we gonna see him fuck over CM Punk or something, and it's gonna be like the dumbest thing ever? Like, it doesn't make any sense that what is he doing? Who's the U.S. champion right now? Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo
Okay.
Hayes.
Like the IC champions Penta. Like I said, lighter match if anything, but but what is LA Knight gonna do? Like, I don't. If they put him in the Andre Battle Royale on SmackDown, that's dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know how LA Knight can truthfully be happy there with the way they've utilized him. I'm sure he's super grateful to get any screen time he can when they use him. But what the heck are they doing with my boy LA Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, speaking about LA Knight, or not LA Knight, speaking about continuous WrestleMania shows, the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame has announced 2 new personnels. Last week was Dennis Rodman.
Well, 3 now.
3,
Go ahead.
sorry, I
Yeah.
lied to you. Yes, you're right. Dennis Rodman, Demolition,
No.
and wait.
Well, out of the new ones, it was Rodman, Sid,
Yes.
and Bad News Brown.
Oh, I didn't see this. This is new news to me.
Oh, see, I knew. I had another one. Yeah, Bad News Brown.
Bad News Brown, is this he legacy or in the Hall of Fame?
Yep, Legacy. Him and Sid are Legacy members.
Ugh. Let me tell you
Which means it's a video package of all of them together, and maybe a shot of a relative in the crowd. And thanks for sitting here for 4 hours.
At 2 in the morning, by the way. Don't forget. 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yes.
You know what? Last year, my issue with this is that legacy is to the ones that are deceased, to me, a big fuck you, because you're wasting the time of the family. Don't even get to speak up there and speak about their beloved one, right? And talk about their legacy at all. They're just that's what we know from last year. Unless they do something different this year, you know. But from what we learned last year, the legacy is the family sitting there for 4 or 5 hours, however long this dumb show is now. I say dumb because it's like you had Michelle McCool talking for like 40 minutes at like 2 in the morning, and I'm trying to stay awake to see Triple H's speech, and Triple H is up there for an hour, and it's 3 in the morning, and I'm already with no eyes open, so.
Don't get me started on Michelle McCool.
So there's that for you. But for the legacy, I think it's just a big disrespect to the ones that are not with us anymore, because Sid deserved to be inducted a long time ago, and they chose to induct goofy characters a long time ago, or even in the last 6 to 7 years. No, my God, no dumb pun intended. They've, it's inducted dumb celebrities or dumb characters that shouldn't have been, that I feel should be legacy, in my opinion, like a goofy character that wasn't crazy historical in the ring and on the microphone, etc., whatnot. But like Sid deserved it before he passed. I think he had asked for it before he passed, along with Vader, who knew he was going to pass away because of his health issues, and they waited to not get, and that's where it gets me. You're wasting the time with the family. Yeah, the families probably think it's a cool honor to be flown out and just sit there for a camera shot while the video package plays, and it's just, I don't know. I really don't like the legacy thing. I'm not saying they don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, to whoever is in it, in the legacy. But that's just my take on it.
I think it's well, we screwed up. We should have done this when we had the chance, and we didn't. So we'll get them in, but you're going in as a legacy instead of getting a full induction.
Right.
Which some people that have gotten in are people that didn't even work in the company. So there's people in the past that have gotten in that way, which is, again, fine if you just want to honor their contribution to the business as a whole. But, and then, today dropped Bad News Brown is getting in. as a legacy.
What's your take on that one?
I mean, again, he's somebody that had more success outside of WWE than he did inside. I mean, the most memorable thing he did in WWE was him and Piper. The infamous
Right.
where Piper painted himself half
Yeah.
black.
So,
Yeah.
so, well, that's Hall of Fame for you.
Gotta love Piper.
That's
And
Hall of Fame.
I'm good, and I'm tired of people saying that Rodman shouldn't be in.
right.
Rodman in the celebrity part.
It's perfect because he
He's
had that
fine.
WCW, NWO
He
stint.
had that run with the NWO. The man missed basketball practice for the NBA finals to go be with the NWO. So I got no problem with Dennis Rodman getting in the Hall of Fame. I don't. I do not at all.
So yeah, that's
So somebody else that probably won't, you probably will never see in the Hall of Fame is one Ted DiBiase Jr.
oh Lord. You know what? No, Paul. He might be in the Hall of Fame of beating a crazy case. More,
That-
no,
that-
by now.
That may be the only way.
Like,
I am at a loss how a jury found him not guilty of stealing money basically from the state of Mississippi.
right. I think it's also crazy too because there was a lot of crazy evidence. He spent millions of dollars on what? A boat, a car, a house, and the weird text messages with the people that were conspiracying with him, whatever you said that word.
Conspiring.
Conspiring with them. All the evidence that he's just attached to. It's crazy that, yeah, like you said last week on the non-existent video now, of like how out of the three of Legacy, he was the lacking group that dropped the ball on, or he dropped his own ball on. And
He
stuff
dropped,
like that.
he dropped his own because I don't know how, I think, on that one we drew the parallel of how do you have a father and a grandfather that was in the business for in his case and not picked up some of that. And I drew the parallel to David Flair.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus. You're right.
I mean, how do you not have the Nature Boy Ric Flair as your dad and not pick up some of what he had? You can't be exactly like him. But I mean, Charlotte did it. And Charlotte never wanted to go into the business. She only went in because of her other brother who passed away. She wanted to honor him by going into the business, and then she fell in love with it, and she's pretty damn good. Part of the original Four Horsewomen.
Right. Hate her, love her, and she's good at her job.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I don't know. My take on it is Ted DiBiase Sr. is still a draw. He still has merchandise and action figures and whatnot.
Everybody's got a price.
Right. Everybody's got a price. He bought out the courts. No. Alleged.
No, alleged. We didn't
Alleged.
say that.
We didn't say. Yep. Don't come after the non-money we don't have.
That's right. We didn't say that. It's just a joke. We're just playing off the catchphrase.
Once Wrestle Launch blows up or whatnot, they're gonna play this 10-second
He's
audio.
He's gonna pop up out of nowhere with a
Everyone's got a
restraining
price.
order. Yeah.
But anywho, I think that's just wild stuff. Paul, I don't know if you have any more words for that, but for me,
I even from one of the officials in the state after the verdict came through, was like, well, he didn't, he was just working with all the other people that have already pled guilty or already been put in jail.
And didn't Ted DiBiase Jr. plead guilty too? Then he got out.
No, I don't think he pled. I think
I might be wrong.
He went not guilty.
I know I listened to Cornette speak
He was
about
found
this.
not guilty. But yeah, I mean, well, they were the ones actually doing all the stuff for him. He benefited from it.
Right. He still
benefited from it huge. He used that money. Does he get to keep all the shit he bought? what the hell's going on with this world? And I know I say that awful, way too much. I turn on, I stopped watching the news.
Right, me.
Because it just,
and
it
not
makes,
even in a. Hold on. Can we clarify this? Not in a loony way where it's. You
no,
stop
it
watching
just,
the news to.
because it makes my head want to explode.
Right. Same. Isn't it crazy how a lot of us here are working our asses off, whatnot, for our whole lives and whatnot, but the people that have money are doing dumb shenanigans schemes for money, and they
Yep.
get let off with a shoulder pad. But if me and you were to do something like this, we'd be in the
We'd be,
slammer.
we'd be under the jail.
Right.
Also, unfortunately, another person that won't get to have an induction and eventually will probably be in as a legacy. We lost the other week. We lost Dennis Condrey, the other half of the Midnight Express. So it was sad to see that. It's sad to see all these people that I grew up watching. And I know it was way before your time, Sponge. But,
Right. But as I said, like, I mean, I am familiar with because of Cornette, and
yes,
without Cornette's knowledge, I would have never known, the history that's there in terms of wrestling.
but they should have. Midnight Express should have went in the
Long
year
time ago.
after Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, So, but that's a darn shame, and I get a little. It makes me think too much about my own situation because I'm getting up there in years about me, and I have a family members that aren't doing very well right now, so that it kind of hits me when something like that, even though maybe I wasn't the biggest fan of the Midnight Express, I appreciated their work and I knew what they did, and it's just sad. It's sad that they didn't get recognized like some of the others.
Did they do a tribute on Raw?
I don't remember because I didn't start, right off the bat. I know Michael Cole did mention it during the broadcast. I just can't remember exactly what he said.
Right.
It was in the commentary. Yeah.
Condolences to the family and huge fans.
Yep.
But
Midnight Express.
and I do recommend for anyone that's not familiar to check out their work, and if you're able to get access, because I know the network has the archives not really available, but it's available on YouTube. It's good.
That's the other thing everybody's bitching about, which this one I agree on.
All right, let's hear it.
Ever since the Peacock deal ended, everything's just gone. People are looking for some of this old stuff.
It's gone.
And you can't find it.
I'm really mad because I used to watch. Well, I would study a lot of WCCW, the Eric Von Erich's company, and I can't watch it back to back in order. It's like a lot of the media is gone, and if it's there, it's missing a lot of things,
Or it's incomplete. It's not the whole match. It's not
the whole segment, not the whole rivalry, not the whole pay-per-view, not the whole whatnot. And I hate what they're doing. I like and hate what they're doing with YouTube, but they're not uploading everything frequently. And like example with the WCW channel, they have like a episode 1, and then it goes from episode 1 to episode 101, and it's like.
Well, that's kind of like Bill Goldberg's undefeated streak. He just went from 1 to 50.
Right. And it's so. I hate that, and I miss the WWE Network. We took it for granted. We took the WWE Network for granted. People complain about the price point, but now they're charging Netflix once. Are you ready for Netflix? You ready
for
this?
Jesus Christ! Here we go. New price points. Oh, new price points. So with the ads, tier that's supposed to not have ads, but still, it's a live event. It's going to have ads. Is going up to $19.99 a month, and then there's a premium which I didn't know existed. That's $26.99 a month.
That's insane. Netflix doesn't even have that much stuff for it to be $26 a month.
No.
respectful, not even respectfully. I hate Netflix with a passion with that. Just hearing that stuff out loud, like you're pricing out people that just want to watch wrestling. You're pricing out people that want to watch like children that like wrestling. In the state of the world, right, where families are not making enough income, and they can barely support themselves with groceries, and you're gonna overprice. And children love wrestling, specifically WWE, and even with the basic plan, you know, you're shoving it up with ads on purpose to make you want to buy the one with no ads, but then you're increasing the prices annually. And this is the second time this year.
There are groups of 8 ads, and I'm just like, good Lord. I can't do it.
Right.
Yes, we most definitely, the WWE Network was $9.95.
We took it for granted for
That
all of its
was
worth and glory.
Such a deal. 'Cause
You had every single category, every single company, every single territory, every single thing that's not available on DVD, anything that was lost media.
You had originals, you had all the DVDs, you had the freaking pay-per-views.
Right,
Every
for $10 a month. Yeah, you're right. You didn't need to buy it on the the cable channels or whatnot, or ESPN back then, the old way.
Paying ESPN $30 a month for that?
Hold on. Are you ready? If you want to watch the pay-per-view, you got to pay for ESPN Plus, and then you got to pay another $30 to unlock the pay-per-view.
No.
That's $60 a month.
Nope.
That's basic. Have you noticed this, Paul? I know this is not wrestling related, but we're reversing from what cable was and going back to how cable was.
Well, the ironic thing is streaming is now becoming what cable was. Yeah.
It's like, streaming cheaper and easier, and it's like merging into cable.
Yep.
Like, it's crazy.
It's becoming just what cable was.
But outside of this scam, Paul, in Brooklyn, there was a big scam. Are you ready for this big scam in Brooklyn?
Well, let me get one more Netflix thing in before you jump on that, because I know where you're going. Because with your prices going up for your Netflix, I know you will be first in line to watch the Kill Tony from WrestleMania.
Oh my Lord, he wants to.
On Netflix.
Well, let me say something. Hold on. I think I have someone coming over here. Oh, hold on. But what's it called? For starters, he anyway, sorry.
Your favorite comedian.
Yeah, our favorite comedian here. He if they do what they do last year, where they hype it up for, now 3 weeks, right? Last year they hyped it up from like the Royal Rumble and stuff like that. And what was I gonna say?
Did it not air?
It did not air, and it was because what? They were making offensive jokes, and people were making attacking each other in joking ways, but they were pretty brutal of what was leaked from the audios and stuff like that. And I wanted to say, if they do that this year, then why do it again? It's like to me, it's just like, sorry, Paul, to cut you off here, but to me, it's just allowing wrestlers that are pieces of shit to say piece of shit things about each other and say piece of shit things about the world and how they're to really see how they view themselves or view the world. And it's lazy. Tony is a piece of shit. I'm sorry to use shit a lot, but he's a horrible human being. Or I'm sure he's whatever. You could get along with this dude, but he's a piece of shit. I've seen his shows. He treats the comedians that are coming up like crap. If you're not big, he's not going to treat you goodly. If you're good, he'll treat you good. If you're bad, he'll treat you like absolute dog water. The people around him are stooges that treat each other like dog water. He has an ego that's crazy. Like, he's not even the shits of comedy. And he thinks just because he has these deals, he thinks he's the shits of comedy. And he has an ego, and he's an asshole, and he's arrogant as hell. And he's one of the, those cultish, dumbfounded dumb fucks on political side of the things. And if you take offense to that, you're not wanted. You can love our wrestling takes, but you're not wanted. Like Jim Cornette said to Bruce Pritchard. But anyway,
the response to that, they announced another one over SummerSlam, and then they ended up canceling that because the tickets didn't sell.
You know what? I forgot about that.
So
yeah,
why would you even try this again?
it's Vegas, it's Mania. People are gonna want to go see. They'll probably think about last year's nonsense and they're gonna go. I think this one will sell. SummerSlam was different because I don't think SummerSlam is no longer at that level anymore of what it used to be, and them
Well,
making it 2 nights this
it
year.
probably would have been if it would stayed one night. Yeah. instead
Yeah,
of
the
two.
2 night thing is not it.
No.
It's dumb, but yeah, I think that's the issue. WrestleMania, the people are there, the tourism is there, but the tickets are saying otherwise. But outside of that scam, I'll segue here before I get heated about Tony again. Outside this scam, in Brooklyn, there's the bigger scam. And,
Oh yeah.
And you know what? I can't blame them, really, can you? Here, I'm not on the side. I'm not saying this is okay or whatnot, but this is at the
I was gonna say,
extent.
you like stealing from kids? Come on.
No. At the extent of what TKO is pricing is done, a woman in Brooklyn, a director from a preschool, allegedly stole $2.75 million in tuition and spent it on $350,000 on WWE tickets.
I have no words. I
She
really
bought
don't.
WWE VIP meet and greets where her kids hung out with wrestlers. And we know, and let me tell you this, out of the package we've seen so far, there's that sold out, Paul. Can you believe it's sold out? I think you might have seen this already. For $10,000, 12
Yep.
tickets available for Cody Rhodes to ride the bus with him and talk to him or whatnot.
Yep.
$10,000 for one ticket is sold out.
Yep.
And there's another ticket for his podcast with Liv Morgan for,
Yep.
I think, what, $550?
Something like that.
Or $600 or something like that. Guess what? I met Cody twice. Once for $17 and once because I got front row. And I met Liv Morgan for free at a damn Cricket wireless event. Whoever the hell's paying that money is getting scammed like crazy.
Yeah, this is the but this is the symptom of TKO's greed. You know, they see when people buy this shit, they're like, fuck, these jackasses are buying this. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's
Right.
do this.
It's like, that's why I keep saying, like, the people need to stop buying the money. I know it's fun to go to these shows. I love it too. I get the FOMO too. But if we stop, and it's bad product, you know, I'm not saying every segment of the shows are bad product, but there's more bad than there is good so far in the last 2 years now. People need to start realizing to stop spending and wasting their money on this crap, because as I know it's cool for the kids love it. The kid inside of you that is,
you know what?
now that
Screw,
you're
I was
old
gonna
and
say,
grown.
screw the kids. It's for me.
Right, too. Yeah,
I just turned 57 this year. I'm gonna out myself,
right.
and I still like the shit.
Hell yeah,
But-
right. And
but-
even
but-
yeah.
I can't afford it anymore.
You're pricing out the real fans, and that's my issue too. And let me tell you, let me use this example, right, Paul? In before TKO took over, I took my grandparents, my cousin, my sister, my mom and her partner to a live event. Now I can't even do that. I struggle alone just to take me and my wife to these events. I do payment plans. That's how down in the mud we are today. Not to out myself, you know, but to save money and to have more money, I have to do payment plans now to go to these damn shows. That's not a good sign. I guess it helps me build my credit, but you know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have to do that when previously I was able to spend $300 and get 5 tickets. Now it's like $300 for 1 ticket, you know?
Right.
And it's fucking disgusting. So that's why I say I don't agree with what this person did, but the fact that this person went to the extent to steal all this money to be able to go to these events shows you the state of where TKO has taken WWE, in my opinion. And I hope this person that is being alleged, you know, faces all the prosecutions and rights in the court, blah, 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 and they take her to whatnot. Because if she did do this shit, then she's a horrible human being for taking away from the children that have tuitions, or the people that have tuitions to go to these schools or whatnot. But it just shows you to the extent of where they are in terms of marketing and pricing.
I don't know. I mean, but it's not. It's also devil's advocate. It's not exclusive to TKO. It's
True.
everything. If you go to a concert, you can't go to a concert anymore. I mean, and again, I'm outing myself because I'm old, but I saw some legendary bands for $25. Now you're paying 150 minimum for nosebleed seats.
Oh yes, I paid. Let me tell you how much I paid for. Oh, what was it? I'll just use this as an example. I know this is still crazy high, but I like to sit in the front row. But this is the difference. In
Money
2020,
bags.
in 2021, I saw this artist Playboy Cardi for $123 front row. In 2024 or 2025, when I saw Cardi again, I didn't get front row because front row was like $600 for one ticket.
Right.
Crazy difference.
It's ridiculous.
I seen this artist named Caliucci's front row for $60. I saw her again for nosebleeds, and those were like $130. Front row was like $1,100. Crazy difference.
Yep.
And I saw her in a 2-year difference span. So, and it wasn't a VIP ticket or nothing. This is I need to let that know. These aren't VIP tickets. These are just regular
no meet and
tickets.
greet, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no nothing. So that's the state of a lot of things. But in terms of wrestling, that's a choice. We know that because of Vince.
Yeah.
But without further ado, we're hitting that hour. Is there any final things Mr. our Paul Heyman would like to say on here?
No, I mean, sad, another sad mark, anniversary, was 25 years since the last Nitro.
Oh, I did see that. Yep.
So that's just, it blows my mind that it's been that long.
I was born 5 years after.
See, you don't help any. You really don't.
Oh, hold on now. Hold on. I'm the helper.
You make it worse.
All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed, I know we might have missed one topic, but I think we've already had enough headaches.
We missed a couple, but
we already.
My favorite though is the everybody losing their mind that Tony Khan.
Oh, you're right. Big one right here. Paul just dropped the balls here.
Actually bid on trying to buy WWE when it was for sale.
You know what? For $7 billion to just throw out of Shah Khan's $12 billion net worth, alleged, I'm going to sit here and just try to see here. If Tony Khan took the bid, and this isn't even making the case better, because I don't know if you know about the lawsuit going on, right, between TKO.
Yeah, well, that's why all this came out.
Right, yeah, all this came out because of that lawsuit, because it's seemingly looking like it was not a fair deal, and it was already pre-bidded, bought out before they even did the bidding, right? Like,
well, no, it wasn't a fair deal because it wasn't the money that was exchanged was not money exchanged. It wasn't like Tony Khan pulled his checkbook out and said, here's $7 million, I want this. It was a stock swap. So the only people that made any money was Vince and Triple H and Stephanie and anybody that had a shit ton of stock. What's his nuts? Kevin Dunn.
Oh.
Kevin Dunn.
Yes, because he was the... I fucking hate that guy.
I'm so glad he's gone.
Right.
So, I mean, it's people like them that had a shit ton of stock. They're the ones that made out like bandits.
And they got out with like bandits other than Hunter.
Right. Because he's still there.
And I think that's crazy, though. I'm just trying to picture a world where Tony Khan was the owner. So when they did the bid was in 2023. So Punk came back in 23. You would have had Punk just retire. You lose Roman because why would he want to listen to some nerdy mark? Because Tony Khan would want to run SmackDown, Raw, the pay-per-views, AEW Dynamite, Collision, and whatnot every single week. He would be there every day of the week, of every damn show. He would want. So I feel like you'd run off a lot of people. You'd lose Brock because you think Brock's going to listen to Tony Khan. You'd lose Randy. I think he'd just retire. You'd lose a lot of people, in my opinion. And then you'd have like a lot of shenanigans of him putting over AEW talent over WWE talent just to be the spite and because they're his friends. This. And you'd have a lot of more people in catering just signed making money on the contract more than anything.
Unfortunately, though, he learned that from Vince. That's what Vince did to WCW.
It's true.
That's what Vince did to WCW. Anybody that came in, I mean, eventually Booker T got over and got on Vince's good side.
I remember that. I was a child and watching that.
I don't know.
But yeah, imagine a world where TKO, where Tony Khan, the other TK without the O, took over the WWE, and how that would have worked. I think,
would have collapsed the whole thing.
I do believe in the future where I wish they would work together to create some sort of pay-per-view where they could have some sort of rivalry, because that would be interesting. And you could also include Mox in there with the Shield stuff or whatever before they all retire initially, because they don't have that many years. Oh, Seth and Roman are definitely out the door in the next 4 or 5 years, 3-4 years.
I can hope so.
Right. And, yeah, that's a good one. I don't know. I just wouldn't see a good future for where WWE is now.
No.
Because they're making a lot of money, but I don't think... And Tony Khan doesn't care about money, so he just cares about whatever he's doing. He's literally... If you gave a kid with action figures all the money in the world with a company, that's literally the sums up Tony Khan. So there's that. So that's a great. That's our great little ending here at Wrestle Launch. Ha ha.
Yep.
And so yeah, Paul. Any final words for the pod?
No. Good to be back. Hopefully we got our technical issues situated because we had a good show. We was ready to post and something weird happened. So hopefully we got all that figured out. I'm glad to be back. We got some new things working on in the background. New things coming up. Hopefully we'll get some more people in here and follow us and listen to our witty banter.
Also, there is some things in the background, like his fan.
Oh, shut up.
But also, for me to get out of here, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you made it this far, and share this channel around if you do enjoy pro wrestling, and let us know your favorite topic of the night, and let us know what you think, your opinions, and what you want to see in the future. We are definitely going to do more content, weekly content, and more different content, too. We're going to have yearly reviews is one of those things where we want to go through the years and through pay-per-views of those years, and maybe we can start getting some, maybe We'll branch out to get some other people on here in terms of the business outside of here. We will send Paul to WrestleCon in Las Vegas with Dan. So, subscribe or be cursed. See ya.